I know she wasn't feeling so hot about this tournament, but she's all the way to losers round 6. I don't know exactly how many rounds of losers we have, but she's gone a long way. I know she lost to Goma, who, you know, just made it all the way to winners finals and is now dropping down to losers finals. She's gonna be looking to go back into grand finals. So we'll see what goes on, but she didn't take a bad L. I'm not sure who Mikau lost to. Not a friend yet. I'm sure if I get an opportunity to talk to him, I get along with just about everybody, so we'll probably get along, just, you know, cut up a little bit and have a good time.
I don't think I've had much chance to talk to these players yet.
They're very fun. It looks like it's Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt? Yeah, Duck Hunt. If you look at the big screen back there, that's our cheat right there. Because I was curious who Mikau played. That's interesting. This is actually Duck Hunt number 2. The first Duck Hunt we saw was not, or the first Duck Hunt I saw tonight on stream wasn't anything super special. But Mikau, I'm guessing, is going to be the wiser, more experienced Duck Hunt, given that this is losers round 6. And it looks like we are ready to get into the action. So I do know a fair bit about both these characters. I get to obviously commentate Cherpumple and Tryhard Train quite a bit. And then I also get to commentate Duck Hunt. Or excuse me, Ozone quite a bit. One of the best duck hunts in the world. We have the pleasure of having him here in Michigan. No, he is from the east side. He goes to the Spartan Weekly quite a bit and a lot of the Saturday events in that type of area. Right back there, getting rid of the gunman. And now we're going to be getting up some walling play. Yep. Robin, a very slow character. And this is one of the matchups where Duck Hunt can actually have a little bit of his way on stage and get to possibly bully out Robin just a little bit, because Robin has a sword, but it's not all that long. And you're seeing Robin have a hard time landing right here. From what I know from talking to Cherpumple, is he's somebody who likes to really lab out matchups and like really do film study. That's the way she learns the best. So if this is an unfamiliar territory for her, I think she may struggle in a set, but she's gonna learn a ton from the set if it does result in the way I think it might. She's gonna learn a ton, and we're gonna see the next time these two face, it's gonna be insane. Okay, this is gonna be a grab, but yeah, not any type of follow-up, rather unfortunate. But the dash attack got an opportunity to do something. So I know Tryhard Train is typically the one who likes to go for really insane offstage plays, but I would love to see Cherpumple try to go for maybe something with the L-Win or her Dare. Oh, that's gonna reach out. And that, I didn't think that was gonna reach, but Mikau, knowing better than us, yeah, knowing his bracket knowledge and his character knowledge, like, hey, you're gonna get caught by this. That's insane. I know the more you charge it up, though, the longer those go. So that does make some sense. I didn't realize the max range on that. But the up air is going to be enough. So Cherpumple seems to be doing a good job, at least thus far, adapting on the fly. Only actually ahead right now for Cherpumple. Yeah, looking rather clean. And good, just kind of good pressure from Mikau. And try to send out this can, showing some advanced level can play. And great, just great fishing out, like just kind of, he's doing a good job pressuring. And going for the gunman right there. He needs to space it just a little bit farther away to cover up their roll option as well. Now we got a Mexican standoff. Got the gunman. That's absolutely nutty. I need to talk to this Mikau guy. Make sure he knows about the Ozone and all the setups that Ozone puts out on Twitter and YouTube. Because Ozone is one of the nicest people you can ever have the fortune to meet, and probably a top 5, maybe top 10 at worst duck hunt in the world. Definitely connect these two, because it seems like, at least thus far, Mikau showing some really good things, but I'm also seeing just a few setups and things that he could be hitting and possibly finishing this game off. Gonna get hit by the bouncing sword. Trying to grab that book, not gonna grab it though. And he's gonna Elwin back up, and the up air is gonna catch it. That's a very long-lasting up air. And if your air dodge isn't on point, he's gonna catch you.
Reminds me a lot of Rob's up air.
Yeah, basically the blender is what you're throwing him into. So good stuff to Mikau. Game 1 right there. Not a whole lot we can say. Cherpumple did a good job right in the middle, and then it's basically Mikau started off really strong. Cherpumple adapted, and then Mikau adapted to the adaptations.
Pretty good analysis of that.
So it looks like I'm curious what we'll see in game number 2. It looks like we lost some game footage. All right then. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm sure our streamer's working hard to get that fixed for us. How'd your personal bracket go as we get kind of a lapse in our action?
0-2.
Okay. So remind me again. I feel like we've talked about this, but who do you play?
I play Corrin.
Okay.
Like a lot of the people here.
Were you on stream?
I was not on stream.
I had 3 Corrins right in a row on stream.
Right. I saw that too. I was like, wow.
There's actually a lot of Corrins here. That's semi-unique because outside of like MSU, I won't speak for CMU, but there's only like 3 or 4 other Corrins that like kind of sort of travel, and I would consider them active in the greater Smash 4 scene. There is Ryuga, of course.
Yeah.
Brad, who is just transferred to U of M from Pittsburgh. Still going to be like living in Pittsburgh during the summer, but in Ann Arbor, I carpool a lot with Brad. She is very, very good. She's kind of that next step down, probably will end up on the lower end of PR when she gets a full season in. I can very much see that for her. She's kind of that step down from Ryuga, that regional level threat. It can really mess people up. And then there is Failure from West MI, who is decent. Somebody who I think just kind of flirts with the amateur bracket type of area, either does well in an amateur bracket, like where it's a tough bracket and he makes it into the amateur bracket, if I remember correctly, or he just, like if it's a little bit easier day, he gets a little bit better bracket set up for himself, he will not qualify for that amateur bracket. He's somebody who's kind of there. And then there's Creation, who is working on a Corrin, but is more known as a Bayonetta main. And his Corrin's yet to do a whole lot notable, but we'll look to see him improve.
Does Corrin cover matchups that Bayonetta doesn't?
Probably not, because it's Bayo.
So
if you watch the Buzz's tier list, he put Bayo and Cloud at S, and everybody else was A or lower, because his thought process is if you play both Bayo and Cloud, you don't lose a single matchup. Which I can kind of sort of agree with, and he elaborated on his ideas obviously, and he put Fox at 3rd, so obviously there's some opinion there, and most people would not put Fox as their 3rd best character, but he was kind of like theory crafting and saying, hey, this is where I think Fox can be in 6 months or so if the Foxes really start to push. It looks like they started without us. Our game footage is still down, unfortunately. So we'll have to fire those 2. Tell them to get on out of here. Yeah, so our game footage is down. They started without us. That is rather unfortunate, but hopefully we'll get a bracket update. If nothing else, hopefully we'll get our bracket footage back up and running. I was rather interested to see what we'd have going on here. So, interestingly enough, you're a Corrin main. I'm actually considering picking up Corrin because Charizard just hasn't been doing it here for me lately. Once I get off of hiatus, basically my game plan is to start practicing again, probably come either Sunday or Monday, because I was kind of thinking it over, like actually last night, and my Wii U and stuff was all out in my car, my monitor, and I don't like to practice on my TV. So I didn't want to go out to my car like late last night, because I park a little bit away from my room. I'm on the 2nd story. So it just would have been a whole lot of effort, and I was watching a stream anyway. So it's like, I'm not really going to practice tonight, but I will start practicing either Sunday or Monday. And I'm good friends with Brad, and usually when I'm looking to get back to where I'm practicing seriously, and like I kind of do this from time to time where I'm taking the game more seriously. I play a more serious character, and like I push them as far as what I feel I can push them, and then I kind of hit a wall, and then I want some time kind of away from the competitive game. And so I've been taking a break from entering things. And then I kind of re-pick it back up once I'm ready. Again, once my mentality is right and I'm feeling good about it. Once I'm feeling kind of good about my gameplay, I start playing again, starting entering things. Because it's not that I expect to, win everything and win the whole tournament. It's when I'm feeling like I'm banging my head against the wall and just going 0-2, I stop practicing, and it's just, I start, like, my gameplay starts deteriorating. It goes backwards, and then it's like, all right, time for a break. I'll take my hands off the game. I'll play it more casually and just kind of enjoy myself. Go to tournaments, hang out with people, get to know people better, and just hang out, do commentary stuff.
Up until the last month, I've done basically only casual, and then like, before I got here, I was playing with my friends more, and they play a lot of more competitive stuff, and I always used to just play the random button. And then I was like, I'm going to play Corn.
So it looks like we do have an update. It is 1-0 in Mikau's favor. Still his duck hunt, I would guess. It looks like we're still trying to get things going. So we'll just keep you as updated as what we can. As basically as what we can until we get it back going. It looks like we got some running around. Maybe we're back up and live. It looks like we are. Is that game number 2, I take it?
Looks like Robin won.
Okay, so we should have a 1-1 Mikau, Cherpumple both at 1-1. Mikau, of course, with the stage counter pick advantage, which can be absolutely key. Looks like Cherpumple won on not on Duck Hunt, excuse me, on Dreamland, the other D stage. Only one of them's legal though. Okay, in town. I actually don't like this pick for Duck Hunt all that much. It's okay, but it's a stage with another short ceiling, and you can still get checkmate going pretty nice and early. Cherpumple has said that she doesn't know how to fish for grabs, which means that's something she's working on today. This matchup does look a little tough for Robin though, because Duck Hunt can just throw out a projectile instantly that can stuff out the chargeable projectile from Robin. So that's one thing that Duck Hunt definitely has going for him. That, and it seems like he definitely does have like the ground speed advantage. He's kind of darting around him. Great back air from Cherpumple though, and great jab. That's not the easiest jab to SDI out of. Not the hardest though, by any means. That definitely goes to Bayonetta. And just kind of trying to stay away and try to ban like the high recovery. I think that's what Mikau wants, is the high recovery. And Cherpumple gave it to him there, but the good air dodge. So basically what he's doing is he's putting out a gunman and then trying to cover with his body high, because the gunman's going to cover a lot of the other options if timed correctly. We are seeing a very heavy, so the thing I'm noticing most, the difference between Mikau and Ozone, is we're seeing a lot more gunman play and disc play out of Mikau, and we're seeing not very much can play, and Ozone plays very can heavy. He's using it mostly for edge guards, trying to like snipe out the low where Robin is vulnerable, because Robin only has a hitbox below, and I don't believe she has any type of armor above. So I don't think she has any type of protection above. It's a little tricky because like you can go so deep with Robin. You have to be pretty ballsy to go down that deep if the Robin like goes max distance. But it's possible, and we're seeing something that Duck Hunt kind of gets caught with in that trap of I've done a ton of damage, but I can't find my KO, and trying to fish for the grab right there. But that forward smash is going to do it. The winner of this will go on to face LKT, the very formidable Ike. This is looking like it may go to Mikau. Mikau's done a good job not getting hit too awful often. And Cherpumple's still probably got a little bit of work to do before we get into the checkmate range. Oh, that backer is going to KO. That was definitely suspect DI, but regardless, that's a KO. Only 32%. And those 11 sword aerials hit like a truck, but the 11 sword is just goes offline right there.
Does it stay offline for too long?
No, I think it's only 8 seconds as a base, if I remember correctly. And then if you do a smash attack, it lowers by like a second. So we are just under the halfway mark here. Even game. Cherpumple's done a good job bringing it back. Another great back there. That's where she's gotten all of her percents. And even her KO, a ridiculously early KO. So I'm interested to see if we'll start seeing Mikau DI that maybe a little bit more properly. Given that this is like the first time I've ever seen or heard of Mikau, this might be one of his first events, and he might not know how to DI just like all the random things that you don't have to maybe deal with. He might be like a For Glory warrior or just have friends. If they don't play Robin, or he doesn't have to fight like a good Robin, who's gonna do like a good job spamming projectiles and just using very smart options. Yeah, still using the like clay pigeons and stuff though, stuffing things out. And we're gonna see an up air, smart air dodge. I knew exactly what Cherpumple wanted, lined it up, but just not quite. And we will see the up throw as well. Interesting option. And now he's just gonna maybe do a little bit of platform camping. Just down a little bit in the percent. This is anybody's game right here. Oh, gonna get caught up by the Thora. So Cherpumple finished that third game off.